Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Good day, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Hartung, and our theme this week is habits and products. Now, as usual, boys and girls, before we start with our lesson, we have to keep the nasty germs away by sanitizing. Now that we are nice and clean, let's see what we are going to learn about today. Today's lesson will be about comparisons, problem solving, and area. For today's lesson, let's start on page 6 in our booklets. Now here, we are going to do some comparisons, and we are going to look at the degree of comparison. In the block there it says, we are going to look at adjectives of one syllable. The first point it explains, it says, adjectives of one syllable, you add an ER and you can also add an EST. And then adjectives ending in the letter or on the letter E, you just add either an R or ST. It says some adjectives, they double the final consonant. And when we compare two things or people, we do then now add an ER to the word or the root word. There you see there's an example. It says, the mouse is smaller than the elephant. Okay, so we can now look at all these pictures and compare them with each other. Now I want us to look at the first example. There you have 3 pictures of 3 elephants. And then in the second row, you have pictures of carrots. Now I tried carrots on the board, so let's see if we can identify these comparisons. So if we look at these words, it says thin, thinner. Remember we said earlier that you add ER or EST. So we have thinner or thinnest. So here everyone, you can now look at the picture and you can see this carrot is thin, but this one is thinner than this one. But if you look at the third carrot, then you can see compared to the first And the second one, the third picture or the third carrot is the thinnest. And this is your comparison. Thin, thinner, and thinnest. Right. I think you can also have a look at the pictures to see whether these pictures look further away or closer or bigger or smaller than. And then by identifying or by looking at which one is closer, which one is further, which one looks bigger or which one looks smaller, you will then be making a comparison. Now everyone, I want us to quickly turn our booklets back to page 6 and have a look at all the other pictures. So here we have to compare fat, thin, long, hot, and light with each other. So you need to just read these comparisons out loud so that you can see what the other comparisons for each one of these words are. Now let's quickly have a look at number 2. It says, fill in either the words big, bigger, or biggest. So now I want you to go ahead and read the sentence out loud, and then you use a word which you think fits in each sentence. The first sentence read, A, the dog is blank space. B reads, the goat is blank, then the dog. And C, the cow is the blank. Now let's try and do the first one together. A, it says the dog is the dog big? The dog is bigger? Or the dog is biggest? Which one fits better? Big, bigger, or biggest? If we say big, then we can make a full stop. But if we say bigger, then it means we have to compare the dog with something else. And if we say biggest, then what else is there that could be bigger than the dog? So we will now say that for A, the dog is big. Right. And once you have used the word, everyone, you can go ahead and also scratch out the word that you have used already. Now, I hope you will have fun finishing this activity. I will see you shortly after the break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For this part of our lesson, let's turn our booklets to page 7. Here we are going to do some problem solving. Now it says there, we have to write the number sentences for the following word problems. So let's read the first word problem and see how we are going to solve it. A, it reads, there are 30 cows, 15 calves, and 3 bulls. One more time. There are 30 cows, 15 calves, and 3 bulls. Now we have to work out how many cattle are there altogether. Remember, 30 cows, 15 calves, and 3 bulls. Now I'm going to do the first one with you. So on the board, I have solved the first problem for you. Now remember everyone, we have to look, or we have to find how many animals we have all together. And that means we have to take 30, we have to take 15 and 3 because we have 30 cows, 15 calves and 3 bulls. So that means we have to add them all together to see how many animals we have all together. So we say 30 plus 15 plus 3. So now we go ahead and we add up our units first and then our tens. When we add up our units, we say 0 plus 5 plus 3. So 0 plus 5 gives us 5. And 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Then we say 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. And that now means, everyone, that all together we have 48 cattle. Right. Remember, carefully read through your word sums to see whether you have to add up or whether you have to subtract so that you can answer or solve the problem correctly. Now, before you go on or go ahead to finish all these word sums, let's quickly turn our booklets to page 8 and see what we have to do there. On page 8, we talk about measurement. And in this case, we have to measure the area. Now you will see there it says, what is area? It is the surface or the space inside a shape or object. Now you will see an example is given. It says, how many $1 coins do I need to cover the area of a $10 Namibian dollar note? One more time. How many $1 Namibian dollar coins do I need to cover the area of a 10 Namibian dollar note? So if you look carefully, you will see that on the $10, there are many $1 coins. So if you count all the coins together, that makes up the area. That is now the surface space of your $10. Then you will see it says it was 18 coins that was used. Now let's quickly have a look at number 1. Number 1 says, measure the area of the following objects in your house. A. Measure the area of a table using your hands. So, you can now go ahead and use your hands to measure the area of your table. Now, I have a table here right in front of me, but it's a little bit too big for me to measure with my hands. But I'm going to show you quickly how you can go ahead to measure your table. Maybe you have a very big table or you might have a smaller table. And remember, some of our hands are bigger than others, so maybe you will use more hands to measure the table or less hands to measure the table. So let's quickly see. My table is quite big, so I won't finish it. I'm just going to show you how you can measure your table. So you can take your hands and then you can put it down and you say 1 hand, 2 hands, and then you take it another hand, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Right. So you can go around the table and then you can come inside until you have measured the entire surface area of the table. Now everyone, let's look at number 2. Number 2, I also wrote for you on the board. Now for number 2, we have to look at the little block given to you, and then it says you need to make use of bottle tops to measure the area of the following shape. Now you see it's a big rectangle. So you can find bottle tops and paste it on the page and then count how many bottle tops you need. I tried one on the board, but I don't have such a big shape. So let's quickly see how many bottle caps I used in my shape. Will you count with me? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here I used 12 bottle caps in this shape. Right, so you go ahead, you find your bottle caps, you paste it on your shape, and then you count how many bottle caps you used. Don't forget, make sure you go back and measure the surface area of all the items shown or given to you at number 1. Have fun measuring. I will see you shortly after the ad break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 10 different languages.
We have come to the end of today's lesson, boys and girls, but before we say goodbye, we have to remember to sanitize. Now, boys and girls, make sure you put enough sanitizer on your hands, and then also wait for your hands to completely dry before you touch anything. Now, everyone, before we say goodbye, guess who promised me that we could go to the park today? That's right, Zoshi. So let's all call Zoshi. Will you help me call Zoshi quickly? Zoshi! Zoshi, where are you? Zoshi, oh, there he is. Well, thank you, Zoshi. I look forward to going to the park. I'm sure you do too. So, today from Zoshi and I, we say goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.